Okay. Good morning to everyone, and thank you again for being with us today. The channel is Help Culture Edu. It's for students who are interested in going to study all around the world. And today we have Miles with us. Thank you.
Hi.
And we are having him because we are going to ask him how did he find the university in the UK, and when did he start to look at uni to find a uni for I mean to start uni in the UK. Sorry, there's phone. Go ahead. Sorry, Miles.
So yeah, I started thinking about my university choices at the start of sixth form. So after GCSEs, I started to think about what I'd want to do in the future, and then so yeah, I had a broad idea about what kind of subjects I wanted to do, and then in the second year of sixth form, I narrowed it down to the exact subject. I chose philosophy, ethics, and religion, and then chose 5 different unis, and then just ordered my choices of unis from top to bottom.
Okay, and sorry to ask, just to explain to some Italians, maybe they are looking for going to uni to the UK. You usually go to sixth form, so the last 2 years. That in Italy is the fourth and the fifth year at liceo, and usually they go to look at uni at the end of the fifth year. Usually in the UK, you start the process much more. You anticipate this process, so usually you start in the lower six. So let's say it's similar to the fourth year at Lyceum in Italy. So how do you do this process? Because you have you have to apply through UCAS. So can you explain a bit about this process?
Yeah, so on UCAS, that's the system we use. So we have to include like certain details about yourself. So you have to put down your qualifications. So in England we do GCSEs, so you'll put down all the grades that you got and the subjects that you did at GCSE. Then you have to do something called a personal statement, which is where it's quite short. It's like a small essay, and you talk about yourself, and basically it's a letter that you're writing to all the unis saying why they should accept you to their course or to their. So you write about it's usually specific to the course that you want to do. So you write about why you're so interested in whatever subject. So for me, it was philosophy, and then it's kind of like a small CV for work, but instead for uni.
Yeah, and then you apply for that, and then you wait for the reply from the different unis. So as I remember, you have 5 uni that you can apply to, and you have the first, second, and third, and fourth, fifth choices. Correct?
You've applied for 5 unis, and then you have a firm choice and an insurance choice. So that's your first and second, and then when you apply for UCAS, it's usually around January of the year before that you want to join, and then after a couple months, they'll reply. Each uni will send you offers, and you can accept or decline whichever ones. But usually you'd wait out for your firm choice, which is your first one.
Okay, just a question. Do you have like a teacher or professor at the sixth one that help you to apply and suggest you what to read or what to look to have some information about what you are thinking to go and do at uni?
Yeah, I had a personal tutor, and so at my school we all had we got to choose a teacher in the sixth form just to help us with things throughout the school and then for uni as well. And usually they'd be the person who do your reference as well for uni. So part of your application for UCAS, you have to get a reference from a teacher or like 2 or 3 teachers who will just write to the uni talking about you, about your skills and just how you are as a student. And but yeah, my tutor just helped me also with my personal statement, went through that with me and made sure I was in the best position to apply.
Okay. And can you tell us what did you decide to do I mean, where did you go and what did you decide, what are your subjects?
So I go to the University of Leeds, and I study philosophy, ethics, and religion. Um, so I chose
Okay.
that basically because philosophy was my favourite subject at school. I did it for GCSE and then for A level, and yeah, I just generally enjoy the subject. I enjoy all the different topics, um, and yeah, it's a useful subject to have as well. There's a lot of good skills, like debating and just having good conversations and being open to different ideas, like within the world.
Yeah.
You can transfer
And
those skills to anywhere in work, really.
yeah, and then you choose to go to Leeds. Can you explain us why? I mean, which one are the other option that you have before, and then why did you decide Leeds?
So I applied for Leeds was my first choice, and then the other four was Sheffield, Birmingham, Manchester, and Nottingham. But really, I only wanted to go to Leeds. But that was my main one, which I was happy that I got it in the end, got the grades. But
Yeah.
chose it because so I heard good things about it before, but then I went to a couple of open days there, and well, I went to a few open days where you can visit the university at different. I went to all of the ones that I applied for, and I just preferred Leeds. I really like the city. It's a big city, but it's not big compared to like Manchester. It's not as big as Manchester, so it's quite easy to get around. The university campus is pretty much in the centre of town or near to it, so it's easy
Okay.
to bus and just get around. And it's a nice mixture of the campus is nice as well. It's good facilities. It's a mixture of old and modern, so quite liked it.
Okay. Okay, just another question. You said that you went to open days. Can you explain us how they are organized in the UK? Because in Italy, the open days is just you go and have a look at the uni, and somebody is talking about what are the program about, and that's it.
Mm.
And I think it's a bit different in the UK. The open days usually when you go, what do you do? What you can see?
So the open days, I started going to them in lower sixth form, so the first year of sixth form, and so you travel to the university. You can just go around the site, explore. Then you can go to the accommodations as well, so you get a feel for what the living situation would be like, and then you can go into well, you'll get a timetable throughout the day, so there'll be different tours that you can go on throughout the uni, and then you can go to where your subject building is, like specific to your course, and you'll get the chance to speak to other students who might be applying to that course, and then speak to professors, and then usually they'll give some lectures on different topics within the course, and so you can sit in there, listen to the professors, understand about some of their topics, and then usually you'll get chance to participate as well. So you get
Mhm.
good or quite a deep insight into what you're going to be studying.
Okay. And how long is your degree? I mean, usually is how many years?
Mine's 3 years, but some of them vary to four years. Depends what course you do.
Yeah, but 3 years, if you go abroad for 1 year, it's going to be four
Like,
years, or they can stay at 3 years too.
if you go abroad, it extends. So you'll go abroad and then you'll come back and have to do an extra, well, a year again in the UK.
Ah, okay. So, and just another question regarding accommodation. Is it difficult to find the accommodation when you start, or it's easy because the university is supporting you to find an accommodation?
Well, once you've been accepted into the university, so you know you've got a place, that's when they'll email you eventually about the accommodation. I think it might be slightly different at different universities, but for Leeds, I had to. We only got one choice, so out of all of them you can choose, and then the main differences are self-catered, where you like cook for yourself, or
Hmm.
catered, where there's like a canteen and they provide the food. So I provide, and so that's the main choice, and then you choose a specific accommodation, but it's
Hmm.
usually quite unlikely that you'll get it because all the popular ones get oversubscribed, and so
Yeah.
then they'll just assign you to another one that's similar.
Okay, and just another information. The first year you need to go to a residence. You cannot go to. You need to go on accommodation at uni. You cannot go to a private apartment with other friends. Correct?
I think you can,
Yeah.
but it's quite unlikely. Most people just go to accommodation because it's part of the experience. You get to meet new people, and yeah, it's the
And
main
then
thing people do.
yeah, but then the second year, most of the people like to go and share an apartment with others. So
Yeah, so in the second year, most people, once you make your friends in the first year, then a group of you can, well, you can go back into accommodation if you want. But this year, I decided to go into a house, rent a house with three of my other friends. So four of us share a house, um, which is in quite a popular student area. So in Leeds, there's an area called Hyde Park where it's like a mini town really, where all the
okay.
students kind of live in their different houses. So it's quite a fun area.
So you are now in your second year, but if we speak about the first year during COVID, how was your first year during COVID? Because as you know, different university organize the classes in a different way. How was your year in during COVID?
It was very different to this year, and different to how the normal university experience is because I was in my accommodation, so I still got to meet a lot of uni students, but university itself wasn't really on, as in like you couldn't go into the campus and go into lecture halls. It was all online, so through streams or
Hmm.
sometimes the lectures would be pre-recorded, and then all the exams and essays were submitted online. So you didn't really get a chance to meet a lot of students on my. I didn't get a chance to meet a lot of students on my course,
Ah,
or meet professors. I could talk to them online, but it wasn't really the same.
okay, but now the second year is a bit different. I mean, you can go to class, so you have a normal life as a university student, correct?
Yeah, it's pretty much normal. A few things are still online.
Yeah.
So if it's a module with a lot of students on it, um, the lectures will be online just because of the capacity, and they're still quite cautious about COVID. But all my seminars are in person, so I go into the campus a couple of days a week. It's like
Hmm.
normal. So yeah.
But usually the classes are during the week, during in the morning, in the morning or in the afternoon, or can be both, or in the evening. How?
Usually within the morning and the afternoon. So yeah, you get a timetable, and so some days I'll have two lectures and a seminar, or some days I'll have one seminar or some days I'll have nothing, which is a good day to catch up. I've missed
Yeah.
any.
Just another question. Can you explain us how is organized university in the UK? Let's say when the two terms, and what do you usually have? You have a written exam, oral exam, because in Italy is a quite different kind of organization.
Okay, so basically, you have so within the year, it's set up between two semesters. So semester one is from September up to December, and then semester two is from so then it's Christmas, and then you have semester two, which is from January up to about May, and
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the semester, you'll do your exams, and then so it's coming up to exam period now.
Mm-hmm.
Some subjects you'll have written exams. Um, Mine are all essay based, so I have to write essays as coursework, and then hand them in on the set deadlines, which is usually in December or early January, and
Mm-hmm.
then and yeah, so basically, also to add, we have different modules like within the subject. So this semester I have four different modules. So they're different subjects basically within the course. And then in the second semester, I'll have a new set of modules, and you get
Mm-hmm.
to choose those each at the start of each year.
Ah, okay. So, and then you have at the final year, do you have like a test to attend? I mean, like an essay to attend, like written in a place, or you can just hand it in? I mean, do you have to be, because in Italy it's organized that you have a written and, or it could be written and oral or just oral exam, and you have to be in front of the professor. But as I understood that you have to hand in the essay, but you don't have to be in a place to take the exam or the.
No, I think years before COVID, I think you could it'd be in an exam hall, but now it's all submitted online.
Online, but you have to stay at the same time all together at that time on online, or you can do whenever you want.
Well, for my subject, they release the essay questions at a certain time, and then you can do them whenever up to the deadline. 'Cause mine's not an actual like timed exam, so there's no time period. But for
Oh,
other subjects, so they'll release it online and say you have maybe 24 hours to complete it if it's
ah,
online. But for other
okay.
subjects, maybe like science subjects, they'll have a lot of it's practical or like music subjects. You'll have to go in and do it there with a professor there.
And which are the most interesting for you, for your point of view, the classes? I mean, religion or ethics? Which one is your most?
I quite like ethics, the ethics side of thing. So that's like um, what's good, what's bad, what's right and wrong.
Ah,
So morality basically, which is quite interesting, and
yeah.
also like free will and a subject called epistemology, which is it's like the theory of knowledge basically. So it's
Nice.
how do we know things and what do we know? Right.
And how
Complicated.
big are the classes? I mean, when you go in presence, usually is a big class, or you are just 50 or 20, or how many people are?
It varies depending on the module. So some modules are more popular than others.
Hmm.
So I've got a few small classes where for the seminars there'll be maybe like 10 people, but then for others there'll be upwards of like 30.
Okay. But the biggest is, let's say, 30, 40, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
No, because in Italy you can have classes of 200 and 300 people in the same place.
Yeah,
So,
there are for subjects like business, at my uni there's a lot of can be like over a couple hundred, but
okay.
my
Mm.
subject's not as popular, so there's not as many people.
And are you planning to go to a master degree after the bachelor degree, or what are
Uh,
you planning to do?
I don't think I want to do a master's afterwards. I think after uni, I'm gonna just take a year out of to do some traveling or something just around the world, and then when I come back, I'll uh, find a job.
And then you said that maybe I mean, you want to go in a different kind of path in consideration of what did you study and
Yeah.
why?
Well, before I joined university, I didn't really have a specific career path in mind, so that's why I chose philosophy because it's something I genuinely enjoy. So I knew if I get a degree in that, it'd still be useful, and I'd never get bored of it. I know I'd do something that I enjoy, and a lot of the skills that I can pick up, I can transfer into other areas of work. But now I'm thinking quite interested in real estate, so
Hmm.
perhaps after uni, I'll maybe get an apprenticeship in it or internship, and then just try to get a job somewhere.
Okay. And you are interested on working in England or abroad? It's
Uh,
either.
yeah, I'd love to work abroad. To be fair, England can
Okay.
get England can get a bit boring, so I'd like to go somewhere.
You have to learn another language. So, so just another question regarding during your studies. Is it difficult to find a job and to have a job during your studies? Because in Italy, it's quite difficult, and maybe somebody wants to know if it's different.
Well, most students, well, not most students, but a lot of students do find time in England to work as well. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
your first year and second year is the best time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Third year, you're gonna have a lot of work to do, focusing on dissertation and stuff. So the first year and second year is the best time. So I work, I've got a job. It's just part time, so it's flexible where I can choose whatever shifts I want, and so maybe once or twice a week, or I could work, and then, or if I'm too busy with work, I can just not work for a period of time. But
Okay, and
it's best to find part-time work.
yeah, but how did you find the work? There is a place that you can go and ask, or you just go around and find a sign that say we are searching for people or doing this or
Um,
that?
well, in England, there's a website called Indeed.com, which
Yeah.
which I use to find my job. So I just applied to that. Well, made an account on that, and then it has lists of any type of job really, and
Ah,
typed in part-time jobs in Leeds, and found one, and they offered me an interview. Went in, and then yeah, been working there since the summer really. I got the job, and then I've been going there on and off.
okay. So you have many friends that are doing this. I mean, they work and study together, and they can. Do you get paid a bit? I mean, you can just pay for your expenses, or it's just for having something written in your CV in the future.
Um, it's a bit of both really. It's good work experience for the future, but mainly just to help me with living costs because it can be quite expensive. So just to help to add on to because we get a student loan in England, and then but usually it's you don't get that much money. So a lot
Yeah.
of students have to work to yeah help out.
Yeah. So, okay. So, do you have anything to share with other students from other countries? Maybe some information that what when you start, the expectation of the university was the same. Your expectation was the same as was real at uni, or it was different?
Um, yeah, it was pretty much what I expected. I mean, well, last year the experience was
Yeah.
a bit different, obviously because of COVID, but
Yeah.
so I'm enjoying this year a lot more. Even though last year I made a lot of friends, because even though it was locked down for a lot of the year, everyone still wants to meet new people, so didn't find that hard. But this year you get experiencing it just how I thought it'd be. Really, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of social things you can do, so it's not all just about study. Even though that's what you're there for, the degree. There's
Yeah.
so many opportunities to join sports teams or and literally anything that you're interested in. You can there'll be something at the university that you can find to do, whether it's I don't know music or art or gaming or whatever you're interested in. There's different societies that you can join. So
Do you play sports? I mean, do you
yeah, I do boxing and football at the university.
that's nice. So you are in a team, or you
Yeah,
just
I'm in one of the football teams. It's a society team, so it's the African Caribbean Society football team, and then
nice.
because the main football team of the uni that's like really high standard and it's quite hard to get into. So there was trials, but I didn't make it in. And then I go to the boxing as well every week, so there's a boxing team. But I've only
Ah,
just started, so I'm not doing any fights yet.
lucky you. So otherwise it will be it's not an I mean it's a bit difficult sport. I mean from my point of view is boxing. I mean
Yeah.
not difficult but unsafe so, sometimes. And
Yeah.
football is do you play with other university against other university or other teams in
Yeah.
the same city, or you just travel around in nearby leagues?
You get the chance to play different subjects or societies within the uni. So, for example, there's a business. So all the people who do business as a subject, they've got a football team, and then they'll play like the geography school. So there's
Ah,
football teams like that. My course doesn't have a team because like most of my course is girls, so there's not enough a team. But but yeah, and then we also play different unis as well. So last week, well, 2 weeks ago, we played a Newcastle team, which was
uh-huh.
cool. And so yeah, there's a lot of yeah, a lot of
Ah.
different opportunities.
Okay, so thank you very much for your time, and I hope somebody will get this information through the channel, because I think many people are interested in knowing better how organized the university in the UK. if they come from Italy or even from Spain or from France, because the university are very different from one to each other. And if anybody wants to have any other information, they can write to info@helpculture.com. And then if I have some question for you, Miles, I will write to you and you can come back to me and give it to me any other information. Thank you very much again for your time, and good luck for your next semester. No, this semester is the exam will be in January, correct?
Yeah, December and January I'll be handing essays and stuff.
So good luck with your exams.
Thank you.
Thank you.